So we got to get that story out. Tell me a little bit about your preparation for that next stage.
So the Olympics, it's going to be some intense training. We have weight room, we have conditioning, we have technique, and then like you just maintenance, recovery, making sure that my body is healthy. I think the main thing is to just make sure that my body is healthy. And then competition. So we'll start in January, the end of January.
Where is the training centers at? Is it going to be like Colorado or?
So I'm training in California. So there's a couple of different like training centers. My coach is specifically in California, so I train there with him, and he does all my workouts and stuff.
Are you ready? Are you ready to start the beginning of the process and the ramp up again?
Yeah, I'm ready to like start competing again and getting out there, and I'm excited.
Are you going to do anything different this time at all, or any ideas? And
I just want to, like, just be in the moment. Yeah.
Be in the moment. What does that mean?
That means like every opportunity I want to try to do my best in everything that I possibly can, and just give it all I got for this year, because that I'm giving myself that time, and I want to see like what I can do if I just give it everything and just do everything I'm supposed to do.
Evonne, now I want to digress a little bit, and I know that we're going to be watching you, and this whole city, El Paso, is going to be looking to see what you do, because it's just how our community wraps around people. In terms of athletes and in terms of injuries, in the past, have you had to overcome injuries?
Yeah, injuries it's something that you can prevent, but sometimes you don't know, so it happens just like that. There are a few injuries. I had a knee injury, and then most recently I had like a little little injuries here and there. Nothing too major.
You know, as an athlete at that level, I think you're always at the point of some sort of injury, whether you're Usain Bolt or something, and the furthest extreme of something, we've seen him blow a hamstring in the middle of a run, you know, and the development and the return. So in terms of the return in let's say you're injured, someone has an injury of an issue. How do you recommend an athlete work through that and to mentally navigate back to their thing again?
You have to just mentally, first you have to figure out what the problem is, and then go to someone who can help you. You want to make sure your coaches, you communicate with them what's going on, because a lot of times people think they can just get through certain things, but you should listen to your body. So making sure that your coach understands that, you know, you're injured, and then getting the help that you need first and healing properly, because you don't want to be partially healed and then go too soon back into it where you can't give your 100. So I say just take your time and just focus on healing. And then once you're there, then, you know, the rehab and then the passion and all that stuff will come back later. But you just have to take it one step at a time, and just, it's a process.
You know, I noticed that you have a degree in nutrition and an advanced degree in nutrition. Let me ask you this. How do you do it for yourself in terms of come back in terms of the nutrition and the recovery process, as well as the healing process of just being a competitor at that level?
Yeah, so when you're recovering, your body needs certain nutrients in order to just maintain, and then also to surpass and recover. And so you have something called a total daily energy expenditure, which is what you just at resting, just by just sitting here and breathing, not even walking. It doesn't include walking. It doesn't include exercise. It doesn't include healing, just what you need for your body. So when you're injured, you need to like really focus on just making sure that your body is getting the nutrients that it needs. So from vitamins, macronutrients to micronutrients, just everything.
In terms of like, you know, when we're looking at athletes, one of the areas that we work on and typically begin is in the core area. So the core becomes one of the most optimal areas to begin expanding, whether you're in tennis or volleyball or running. The core plays a huge component in it. Let me ask you this: when you look at a developing physiology, or as you run and you do those exercises, I noticed that you have a beautiful website, and we're going to go ahead and reflect on that. Let me go ahead and see if I can do that right there. And you can see that you have dynamics, and you discuss. That's a beautiful Facebook. It's Go Evo Go. How did that happen?
Well, in college they called me Evo. So Evo is just, I was also the most improved. So from my freshman year to my senior year, I got the most improved award. So Evo is just like evolve continuously, just Evonne, I don't know.
Now, I noticed that you, and the reason why I was talking about core, as I was heading into it, you do a lot of Pilates.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
Joseph Pilates was a real big core guy. What's your philosophy on core?
Well, it's kind of like something that people overlook, but it's the core, meaning like it's like the center. So you need to make sure that's actually good before anything else, because if your core is weak, which I've been learning, and that's why I've been like really focused on like making sure I'm doing all the little things like just core work, and it's very technical. I didn't realize that it's so learning about Pilates, they really have you connect with your mind, like you're thinking about what you want your body to do. And so that's like something that I've been learning to take that those relations and kind of use it in my sport to like just make sure that my body is in line.
Now, I know I've had a conversation with you in the past. You like doing yoga and Pilates and different types of stretching sports or dynamics. Tell me a little bit about that.
So yeah, I started doing that like really like maybe 2 years ago, where I had a yoga instructor, and she was like telling me like, whoa, your hips are really tight. Like, and I didn't realize they were super tight. I couldn't even do like a Indian cross-legged. So just that like let me know, like just that alone, just working on just my flexibility, because flexibility plays a key role in your strength and your running. So if I could just...
Has that changed your ability, now that you're wiser, has Pilates and yoga assisted you in your dynamics and your sport competition?
Yes, definitely.
How so? Tell me a little bit about it. Like, what do you notice different? And for those that want to be able to learn, I mean, tell me a little bit about how you perceive it and how it's actually affected you in a way or two.
I've incorporated it into my warm-ups, and so it's just become a part of my routine. It helps me to be able to, well, prevent injuries, one, like my major injuries, and then also with my running time, it has helped drop my time.
That's important.
Yes.
All sports, either it's boxing or running or volleyball, these all benefit from yoga and Pilates and Tai Chi, if that matters. Mind things like spiritual meditation. Do you do that?
Yes.
Tell me a little about that.
That's also another thing, just being able to calm your mind and breathe, and to just kind of just focus on what's going on inside. That's really important. I pray all the time, 5 times to be exact, 5 times every day. But I definitely, prayer is important. Just making sure that my mind is clear and I have like a clear conscience. I think that's important when you're training, because you need to just know that what you're doing, there's a reason why you're doing. I'm not just doing this. I am doing this for me, but at the same time, I want to also show other people that like if I can work hard and if I can do this and believe in what I'm doing, then anyone can do that. Because if I can do it, I think anyone can do it.
What's your thinking process? And I just want to just touch on that, because a lot of us want to be there in that moment when you're kind of like getting ready to take off. If we can go to that split second in the mind, what are you thinking, and how do you clean out and flush out your brain, or what do you do, and how do you walk up to as you guys prepare to launch in a run?
Okay. Let's see. So there's like during the warm up is when you think like you're going over like, okay, what you need to focus on for the race. And then it kind of just becomes automatic. So at the line, all you're waiting for is the reaction. You want to react and you want to go, because just at the like second, at the like when as soon as the gun goes off, you have like a second. You can either win the race or you can lose the race at the start. That's how serious the 100 hurdles or the 60-meter hurdles is. You really don't have time to think. You need to just kind of just relax, and then you react.
That's how you get into it, huh? And then bam, you're off, and you're off into the run. Well, let me kind of go someplace else. In terms of the future for you, and what do you see yourself doing in the future?
I see myself helping other athletes, whether it's, I don't know, through nutrition, through performance, through just them trying to be the best that they can be. I'm really into just health, as well as just helping the athlete all around. So from, mentally to physically, in whatever way that they need to be helped, because I realize it's
Let me ask you, you have a lot of people, a lot of talents, and a lot of different groups of individuals. Because you're so strong in your spirituality, how do you help the athlete tie that into their lives, and how do you do it for yourself?
It's kind of like, it's just naturally a part of, like, I know that I would not have gotten here where I'm at without the help of God, because he controls everything. So really, I'm grateful and I'm thankful that I'm where I am. And so just being, I think, grateful and showing gratitude and waking up. I normally wake up and I say, like, I have, like, what is it called? Where you just, like, repeat things that you're grateful for.
A
like,
mantra?
Yeah, not a mantra. Like, I just write down, like, things that I'm grateful for. Like, just 3 things. Like, yeah, I'm grateful for my family, or I'm grateful that I'm feeling great today, and today's going to be, I'm going to try my best.
Isn't that nice? To be able to kind of reflect, because no matter how bad your day is, you can always come up with a few things that you got good, right?
Right.
And you have to be thankful for. Appreciation, gratitude. It tends to empower us. And it is one of the most important things, even as an athlete. And you don't realize it so much when you're going through it, but as you can reflect back on your life, it's the appreciation for the people you had. It's appreciation for your God. It's you have to center God in the distance and fire through whatever you're going through, but directing in the direction of God. So I love that. So how did your because I noticed that you are very spiritually connected, and that's beautiful to see. How do you connect that, and how do you do you push the young people that you work with to understand their spiritual component?
That is something that I feel is very important. I don't push anything on anyone. I just let them know, like, through just, like, little techniques that they can do, like, just, like, with their daily things of just writing what they want, and knowing that, you can either look at the negative or you can look at the positive. And so to look at the positive side, just kind of, like, not so much like pushing, anything on anyone. I kind of just show them who I am, and then hopefully by them just seeing, leading by example.
Who's your mentors? Who is your mentors in terms of spirituality? Choose sports. What do you see yourself in, and who do you are kind of like, these are individuals that you just like, wow, this is where I love going the direction.
Well, one person that I've always looked up to, who was like a very spiritual and a phenomenal athlete, boxer, Muhammad Ali. I loved his, like, just attitude and his confidence, but at the same time, he was humbled. Like, he knew that the only reason he was the greatest was because of the greatest, which was God. So he was very confident in himself, and I think he was because he knew that God had his back. So I don't know, it was like a weird type of thing, but I he's one of the great people that I, like, look up to as far as, like a well-known person. But my mom, of course, my dad,
of course,
they're also very spiritually connected, and make sure that we're on track. So
stays on track, huh? They're always got an eye there, huh? You know what? I can tell you this, that, we can't make it without our parents, and that basis is the beginning of where we come from. I've been told that you got to know where you come from in order to know where you're going. in life. And when you can reflect back and you can see the folks out there, even though they may not be out there, but they're out there watching in some electronic world, and they're seeing how you're doing. What gives you the greatest joy in life in terms of you?
In terms of me, I like to see what I can do. I like to set a goal and try to accomplish it. I think the journey is just overcoming the obstacles that you may face. It's not about the destination, but it's about just the journey and what you learn and how it makes you a stronger person. I think that is what I enjoy, like setting a goal and saying, okay, this is what I want to do, whatever it is, whether it's like I want to get this degree, or I want this career, or I want to make this much money, or I want to run this time. Just to have like a clear goal and then go after it and see if you do everything that you can, if you can, how close you can get to that goal. And I think just constantly challenging myself, I always like that. And I think that's just the athlete in me. I'm very competitive and I want to win.